Things just got a lot more interesting for the Vancouver Canucks as Patrik Allvin reveals a huge update on Filip Chytil, which has Canucks fans absolutely fired up. But not only that, we're going to break down one of the craziest wins we've seen from the Vancouver Canucks as they defeat the Tampa Bay Lighting 6-2 in an insane victory as they come out making a huge statement heading into Florida tomorrow night. We're going to break down everything on Filip Chytil, a huge report which has fans raving, plus an update on Teddy Blueger, and we're going to dive into the Vancouver Canucks making a huge statement in a 6-2 win versus the Tampa Bay Lightning. We have so much to break down in this episode, and you're not going to miss it, so let's just dive straight into it today. Now, before we get into the Filip Chytil update, plus the Teddy Blueger, we're going to dive into what felt like one of the craziest comebacks in Canucks history as they defeat the Tampa Bay Lightning 6-2. Now, watching this game, the first period, a lot of fans, including myself, looked at this and said, hey, this might be a masterclass by the Vancouver Canucks as they are not getting anything trending in the right direction, but they completely fooled everyone, including the Tampa Bay Lightning, in this massive comeback. Now, with this game, we're not going to dive into certain plays or players in particular, but looking at all these players, this was a huge statement from the Canucks after having a slow start. Kevin Lankinen coming in huge, which I want to say one of the best signings by the Vancouver Canucks. As we know, Thatcher Demko is out with an injury and is week to week, but Kevin Lankinen has stepped in tremendously for the team, and that $4.5 million contract is looking better and better every game that he's between the pipes. Now, following through, we see a lot of guys stepping up. Quinn Hughes having an outstanding game. Pettersson playing outstanding, but this is a win by committee where the Vancouver Canucks, a lot of goals coming by screens, but we've seen them really step in and really take this game over heading in the second half of the game. Now, the first thing I wanted to touch on, Quinn Hughes in his last two games has 7 assists, 13 shots on, and is on pace for 93 points. Now, a lot of people pointed out that Quinn Hughes didn't look himself, or he was looking off to start the season, but Quinn is back and he's looking at going for the Norris as the defenseman is setting the tone with the 7 assists, which is absolutely insane. 3.5 a game is very good, but this is Quinn Hughes coming out to make a statement after we've seen the performance that he put up tonight, including 4 assists with the Canucks. Now, in this game, there's a lot of positives. A big win, 6-2. But there's one thing I really want to lean into, and the fact that it's back-to-back-to-back multi-point games for PD heading into tomorrow night. So with Pettersson, a lot of hate, and listen, a lot of it is due, but Pettersson is looking back in form. Listen, he's not scoring as many goals as we want. His defensive play, he's actually on pace to break the record for most block shots held by Alex Tuch by a forward, and Pettersson is starting to get things together. We've seen the stick handling. He's passing better. He's starting to shoot more. Yes, he needs to shoot even more than this, but Pettersson and Quinn Hughes are finally getting back into the groove for the Canucks, and I'll continuously say this, I'll die on the hill. This is a Canucks team once healthy, and listen, we're going to touch on Conor Garland, but once healthy, this is a team that's going to make some noise. Yes, you still need a 2C. Filip Chytil is a big question mark, but with this Canucks team, they're battling night and night, coming out with 3 points over the last 2 games versus not only the Tampa Bay Lightning, but the Carolina Hurricane. Making a statement game versus Florida tomorrow is going to be another big one. Now, the big thing is, looking at this, as I said, we see the 4-3 loss. You wish you win this game in regulation, but the Canucks came out with a point. Yes, you win against Tampa. You have a bad game versus the Winnipeg Jets. You lose in overtime to the top team in the league in the Colorado Avalanche. The Canucks are starting to get some wins together. David Kampf is going to join this team, and the biggest thing is, with Conor Garland out, we did get a quote from Adam Foote before recording this, and he went in to say, listen, it doesn't seem like anything serious. We've seen the forward leave, but the big thing is the Canucks can't catch a break. We're hoping the best. We've seen Filip Hronek return, and that slap shot was great from the point. We know Conor Garland is not a serious injury. If the Canucks can continue going on and on, trending in the right direction, you start to get players back. This is a turning point for the team. Yes, this is only one game. Yes, you have a couple stinkers. Yes, Conor Garland is out, but with the Canucks, you're starting to win together some points back-to-back consecutively. getting these early season when the Canucks are getting back into the point of being fully healthy. Call me over optimistic if you want in the comments. I know a lot of people are feeling the opposite, but I do think this is the team that's going to start trending in the right direction. And fans, what is your thoughts? Is this a statement game, the 6-2 win? Yes, they have a lot to work on. They got outshot again in the first period, having 1 shot on goal, the second 6, having 11 and scoring 3 goals in under 2 minutes. The Vancouver Canucks, yes, have a lot to work on, but once again, going back into the fact that not that Conor Garland, but looking at some of the matchups, you have a game against Florida. This is a statement game. You go out, you want to win. You try to get a point out of this. You go against Dallas, and listen, we know we have their number. We've seen the past 2 games, but the Canucks are starting to trend. Yes, once again, their penalty kill has sucked, but listen, going into this game, it was historically one of the worst of all time, and we do see holding Tampa 0-2 on the power play, so it is trending in the right direction. You get David Kampf to join this team at some point, but Canucks fans, what is your thoughts on this team? Is this a team, once they get healthy, they look to trade for a second line center? We know a rebuild's out of the options, so going in, once you pick up a new centerman on this team, if you get Filip Chytil back, if you get all the guys back from injury, including Thatcher Demko, is this a team that can make some noise? Listen, we cheer for this team for a reason. It's not for misery. It's because we want to see a Stanley Cup. So start being optimistic. Listen, there's a lot of negatives, but there are positives, and they're going to start pushing through on the negatives until this team gets back into the playoffs. Well, what's your guys' thoughts on this? Go ahead and leave your comment down below, but let's go straight into the second topic, which has me quite fired up, and that is the fact that Filip Chytil, we get a huge update on from Patrik Allvin that he is skating and feeling better. He has stayed in Vancouver for his recovery. Now, Adam Foote did speak on this, and he said that Filip Chytil was coming back and forth. Patrik Allvin said he misspoke on this and that he has stayed in Vancouver. He's been around the guys. When they return from trips, he wants to be around this group. There's a lot to unpack with Filip Chytil. This tweet does not say that, listen, Filip Chytil will be returning this season, but seeing that he's skating, feeling better, this is the positives. Now, the big thing is, yes, there's a lot to look at with Filip Chytil. The fact that, yes, concussions are a lot. We don't know for sure how many he's dealt with. It's quite a few. But Filip Chytil, and I always fall back into this, every kid has a dream in their life. They have dreams to go out and be pro hockey players. Yes, a lot of people might look at Filip Chytil and say, hey, you should retire. This is a concussion issue. But this is his dream. If he does return to action this season, he's going to be cleared by not only the Canucks medical staff, the coaching, his doctors, everyone in between are going to make sure that this is a situation that he can return to. And getting Filip Chytil back into this lineup, if he does return, is going to be huge for the team. 3 goals in 6 games. An incredible play driver. Someone that wants to play hockey in Vancouver, which we know a lot of players do. I mean, we've seen the extensions for quite a few players within the organization. But fans, what is your thoughts on Filip Chytil? There's a lot to unpack. The fact that, yes, he stayed in Vancouver is a very good sign. He did not return home. He's skating on the ice. He's feeling better. Is this a situation where we start getting a lot of guys back? Niels Höglander set to return just before or after Christmas. Demko is week to week. We get an update on Teddy Blueger that he is week to week, but yet again, another name. When you start adding these guys back into the lineup, Teddy Blueger coming in, David Kampf joining the group, you get Demko back, you start adding all this talent, including Derek Forbort. This is a team that's going to surprise a lot of people. It might surprise us as fans if they miss the playoffs or make it, but I think this is a team, once again, am I over optimistic? Am I just pushing too much positivity? Let me know all your thoughts on this team down in the comments, because listen, Canucks fan, it's going to start trending up. Filip Chytil is looking better. We're seeing him return. And listen, once again, that is bigger than hockey. This is not a situation where I'm sitting here to say, hey, rush him back in. I think making sure he is fully healthy and chooses his own decision is the main thing. This is not only a player, this is a human being that has dealt with a lot. But what is your guys' thoughts on this team? What do you think the score tomorrow against Florida is going to be? Are they going to have a massive comeback versus Dallas once again that we've seen countless times over and over? If you can finish this road trip, return home to win against Dallas, and get a point in all 4 games, they start to bounce up in the standings. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Listen, I'm just really fired up today. Had a late coffee, but let's go straight into comments of the day, where this is coming through on a Leafs fan, and this is the first time on the channel. Kempf is a great signing for the Canucks. Think he will help in the center and hopefully bring stability to the forward lines. Yes, I'm both a Leafs and a Canucks fans. Hashtag go Canucks. And listen, the first time we've ever had a Leafs fan as comment to the day. But listen, this team is going to start rubbing off. We're going to see new bodies. Hopefully they trade for a center. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Am I crazy? Am I optimistic? Am I right? Let me know all your thoughts down below, because I love reading through them regardless of what they are. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, share this with your friends. We'll be back another episode tomorrow, so keep your eye out for that. But I've been your host, Mark, and take